Hey guys, it's your boy Colin Ward, aka DJ Vu, coming at you with a very special video in which I'll be breaking down my trance track Feel the Light so that you EDM fans out there will gain a greater appreciation for the work process that goes kind of behind it, get an idea of what the story behind the track was, and then for you producers out there, hopefully there'll be a couple production tips and gold nuggets in there for you guys to make your productions even better. So first, I'm gonna go through the story of the track and then showcase a little bit of the track. Hopefully this video will go no longer than 5 to 10 minutes, so we'll keep it nice and short. The story behind the track. For this one, this is actually, I think the it actually might be the second now that I think about it, but it's definitely one of the few tracks I've actually sung on. I think this is probably the only one we can actually notice it's my voice. I think in other ones I might have used samples of my voice and just like pitched up and down so you're like, oh okay, there's a voice there, but there's no way you could tell it's me versus someone else. So for this one, entirely my voice. Originally I was kind of started humming over it because I got a melody in my head. I'm like, yeah, I probably won't keep it, but then I threw a little bit of a vocoder on it, as you guys will see in a sec. And I thought it gave it kind of a nice timbre, so I figured, you know what, we'll keep it like that. I guess we'll see, put it out there, see what you guys like, and it looked like the initial reaction was that everybody really enjoyed it, so I kept it like that. In terms of the actual, the instrumental part of it itself, I came up with it like I like to do with a lot of my tracks. I'll come up with kind of the chord progression that was jammed out. What I'll do is pull up Pandora. I'll start jamming out chords to various songs. I don't remember what the specific song was for that, but I think I got one song, got chords I liked, and then once I got there, started jamming, got a piano melody, and then went about making the breakdown from there, as you guys will see here. So that's kind of the story behind the track. Nothing too crazy. It's actually a similar story that you'll see throughout most of my tracks. So without further ado, I know you know kind of the background of it. Let's get into what's exactly all featured in terms of the elements that you can find within the track. All right, so here we have the Feel the Light project. Just give you guys a quick play so you guys know it. Again, might be a little bit laggy. I tried freezing. I think someone in my last track overview suggested I tried freezing some of my tracks. I went about trying to do that, but I couldn't. There wasn't really any plugins where if I tried freezing it, the entire thing would sound really, really bad altogether. So there'll just be a little bit of a clipping you hear now and then, so hopefully it won't be too bad. So what you hear right now, it's just the vocoder. I actually made on Instagram, I think I'll put a link to that. I made a little tutorial showing you guys how exactly you can go about for your FL Studio users using vocodecs. Now, in terms of everything, it won't immediately give you that sound. Like if I turn everything off here, I'm doing in terms of processing, just the vocodecs. You'll notice it sounds kind of dark. So this is the part where I start going to the processing part, and I'll quickly explain what my thought process was. So I pulled up Sound Goodizer first up, because it gives it a little bit more of a kind of a top end to my ear. Then I went about pulling in equalizers, so I took off a lot of the low end. So the high end can really stand out. I think I took a little bit more low end just to make sure it's totally chopped off. One thing I really like, a plugin I really like using a lot, that it's because at least when I first started out, a lot of my sounds had a lot of bright high end. I really like pushing the high end, but I couldn't quite balance the having bright enough where it shimmers really brightly, but not too bright where it just sounds way too bright. So one thing I've always liked doing is I'll really push the high end, so it's kind of a little bit sharp, and then I'll put a little, I can't believe I forget it, de-esser, there we go. The specific one I like to use is called Spitfish, just the hi-hat preset on there, and it really allows you to push the high end a lot and not make it so it's super sharp in terms of syllabants up there. And the rest of it, just some volume control, and chorus and phaser to give it a little bit more stereo width, and that allows you to get the final result that you hear here. So that's the vocoder part. I want to see the other unique element that I think I'll go over next is the piano lead. Now let's see if I can find it on my first try. Okay, so those are the chords, which actually, if you guys haven't checked out this plugin already, it's definitely one of my favorite, regular one. MDA piano. It's got such a nice, lush, kind of jazzy feel. I actually start out banging my melodies off on this because everything sounds really, really nice on it, and I can go about processing it and make a really bright noise. And actually, that's what this main lead you hear. That's actually what it is. It's a, let me see if I can find it really quick. It's actually MDA piano with a shit ton of processing on top. I won't go into detail there because I know at least a lot of you non-producers out there, you're gonna be like, okay, boring. All you need to know is that Camel Crusher here. If you guys have seen my last video, it's really nice and give it that mid-range. I like to use the sound good and give it some top end. Loud Max kind of squeeze it all together, delay, makes it nice and roomy, because if you notice, if I don't do that, it sounds super empty. But if I once I put the delay on, kind of gives it that nice far out feel there. So if you're ever having a problem where your element's not sounding loud enough, I found that if you throw a little bit of delay on it, always makes it sound nice and big. So that's the lead there. And that's just a Vengeance loop special there. I have that going through the entire track. So I think I'll end it with just a quick overview of how I did the saws really quick, and then we'll end it off with that. So let me go and find my saws. So I think in terms of layering, actually wasn't that crazy. What I did. So one layer is actually just a silent saw wave. About 6-8 voices is what I find. Halfway detune. I find, at least I'm going to talk a little bit about detuning. That's because that's one thing I've found that really makes your silent saws uniquer, even though they all kind of start to sound the same after a while, but it's a really subtle difference. Really, if you want to give your saws a different sound altogether, that kind of helps give it a little bit different so it doesn't sound too stock, even though most sounds, since we're all using the same thing. Messing around with the D2 knob, so if I go way up here, it kind of gives it that show techy where it's super distorted, or if you don't have it, it's kind of super clean, where you find that more in like a Z production, and then halfway in between, kind of a nice blend between the two. I'm not going to claim it for myself because I'm sure plenty of other producers do it. So that's the saw part. And then that part, what did I do here? This is a massive, looks like I just pulled up a preset, because you can do that in production, guys. Don't feel bad about it. I actually was talking to a friend a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about, I'm not going to name the producer, but he's a really big one. He's won a Grammy Award. I'm not sure if he wants me throwing his name around, but he was saying, yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed because all he uses is presets. And I think you guys have heard Kashmir talk about this a lot, but really, as long as it sounds good, it doesn't matter how you got there. But I would encourage you guys not to use that entirely as an excuse. To totally go about making your own sounds, because it really allows you, if you can kind of learn the sound design process, make your own sounds, it really allows you to tweak these presets when you want to make them sound. But again, don't feel scared of using presets. Not like some of you guys are all like, damn man, why are you telling us this? This is all same old nude stuff for us. So it was that layered. So those two together, and then just a bass. I think, what was that? Huh, wow, okay. That's a little bit different than I usually do. So it looks like I just took a Cyrus bass, and then, of course, a little white noise, because, like in every other good EDM production, you need in order to get a nice high end, you always gotta have a little white noise. And then put it all together, you get that nice final resort. And then in terms of the lead, I actually... Sounds like I layered... So I layered a little bit, kind of a music box sort of thing, and that's a Omnisphere preset I found in the Plug section. Not going to pull Omnisphere up because, again, it's going to just totally destroy my CPU if I pull that thing up. It's an amazing program, though. So it's adding that little bit of a layer lead on top, just so in addition to changing the melody a little bit, really it allows me to differentiate the break from the breakdown. All right, so that was the quick overview of yours truly going down and breaking down my trance track, Feel the Light. For you EDM lovers out there, it's been released. I'll be linking down to it in my SoundCloud, so you can go get yourself a free download of it. You producers, if you want to go for it, feel free to. There's nothing stopping you there. But with that, Hope you guys enjoyed this little breakdown video. Again, this is the second of a handful of videos I'll be doing for my upcoming Vivid EP. Actually, not EP. There's more than two. There's more than 1 or 2 tracks, guys. Don't worry. This isn't the end of it. Upcoming Vivid album. So if you guys do like this video and want to see either get notified when I release new music or want more of these kind of production tutorial breakdown videos, be sure to hit like. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, just comment down. That'll work just as well for me. Let me guys know if you like this. If you guys want me to talk about anything specific in the track, I'm always happy to answer. Just put a comment down below and I'll see what I can do for you. So with that, this has been your boy Colin Warren, aka DJ Boo, signing out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys have a great day. And till the next one, stay awesome.